Technology has provided countless benefits to the human race. But have you ever considered the price we've had to pay for it? As you watch me right now, you probably feel protected from the dangers of the world. But the alarming thing is, I'm going to introduce you to an enemy that lives among us and poses a potential threat to you every day. For over 30 years, I've been involved in health and nutrition, and I have become all too aware of the problem that could threaten our very health. And as a father of 5, I've become deeply concerned. I want you to think for a moment what we're made of. Do you know what comprises 70% of every human body? 75% of our brain and heart, 86% of our lungs and liver. It flows through every artery and vein. The very substance we take so much for granted, water. Although I'm coming to you now from the virtual world of technology, the problem I'm going to discuss are very real. For many years, there's been concern about the quality of our water. Now, think about it. Besides the fact that it makes up 70% of our body, water is the key to all bodily functions, to circulation, elimination, lubrication, temperature control. Every living cell in your body depends on water to carry out its essential function. Water is the key to digestion and absorption of food, and in protecting a mother's unborn child. And it's the body's natural air conditioning system. It's astounding to think of. Every year, almost a ton of water circulates through your body. That's equivalent to 48 of these 5-gallon containers going in and out of your body every year. Needless to say, water is extremely critical to our health and vitality. You see, water becomes contaminated when waste and other pollutants flow into our rivers and lakes and streams. It's a problem that started when we were much more of a simpler farming society to the industrial age of the last century. For decades, environmental issues were not given much priority. And although much progress has been made recently, it is impossible to reverse the many abuses that have happened over the years. We've seen this in thousands of locations across the country. The EPA currently tests for 81 chemicals in our drinking water. Now, while private companies test for hundreds, but the problem may be even greater than that. Ralph Nader, the nation's foremost consumer advocate, he identified over 2,000 chemicals in his 1988 report on water, and he concluded that conditions would get worse, and they have. Some of these chemicals have been linked to cancer, birth defects, neurological disorders, and a host of other afflictions. The EPA reports that over 85,000 Americans were affected with waterborne illnesses in about a 10-year period. So what is the government doing about it? Many decades ago, countless millions of people died from typhoid, cholera, dysentery, and other waterborne diseases. Over time, the government began to fight water contamination by adding chlorine to our water. While chlorine is quite effective in killing harmful bacteria, it does not remove the bacteria. The dead bacteria, as well as other substances, combine with chlorine to form substances known as trihalomethanes, or THMs, and it is now believed that certain THMs cause cancer. Well, let me introduce you to someone who knows quite well about the problem of water contamination, and someone who can enlighten us on what we can do about it. Mr. David Paul has spent the last 20 years specializing in water analysis. He's published over 100 articles on advanced water treatment, and he's trained over 8,000 water treatment professionals in the production of purified water. From drinking water to pharmaceutical water to the purest water on earth. Welcome, David.
Thanks, John. Well, water is indeed an amazing compound. It's the nature of water that its atoms have both positive and negative charges. Because of this, any other compound with a charge will be attracted to water, like sodium, chloride, calcium, lead, copper, and the molecules of living organisms. Because of their charges, all of these compounds are able to dissolve in water. These dissolved compounds then act as food for bacteria and other microscopic organisms. So all natural water contains contaminants. And while many dissolved substances and microscopic organisms create no health problems for us, there are some which do.
As opposed to many other methods of water filtration, reverse osmosis plus carbon filters out the smallest particles from your water. It's much more effective than distillation, bottled water, or other popular methods. After all, why use your body as a water filter? Drink healthy water. The healthy water treatment system uses scientifically proven methods of reverse osmosis plus carbon. And it's made in the U.S. by Water Factory Systems, a division of Cuno. With over 80 years' experience in filtration and manufacturing, our product has been proven to adhere to the highest quality in production and service. The way it works is like this. Tap water enters the first of 4 filters, the sediment filter. Here, large particles are taken out of the water. From here, the water moves to the carbon pre-filter, which takes out chlorine and other contaminants. Then it's on to the special reverse osmosis filter, where viruses, salts, and harmful metal ions are removed. The water is then taken to the activated carbon filter. It is here that the water is polished for better taste and health. Finally, your new healthy water is emptied into a convenient carafe unit, which can then be transferred directly to your refrigerator or to wherever you enjoy clean, fresh water. It's actually quite simple. The healthy water treatment system, on the other hand, comes out to only $1 per day for the first year, or a total of $365 regardless of how much you drink. And at the end of each year, you need only to replace 2 filters at about $20 each. Unfortunately, there's not enough time for us to go more in depth, but we hope we've given you enough information to make an informed decision. What we're faced with here is a potential danger to our health and the health of our children. The healthy water treatment system is not intended to be a short-term solution to this problem. Rather, long-term use of healthy water will lead to a cleaner and healthier body. Make the change today, because water is too vital. And so are you. Our body was not designed to process contaminated water. Drink healthy water.